Let the baseball season begin. The New Trier Trevians take on the Collinsville Kahoks in the first game of the season. Glad to have you with us here on the network, wherever you may be. Hope you enjoy our broadcast today. And let the season begin. Trevians trying to repeat, going down state and being in the medal round for a second year in a row. First time they'll have an opportunity to do that since 1999-2000. And we're all set to get underway. That is to say, the only time New Trier's ever made it 2 years in a row to the medal round was 99-2000. Of course, they've had opportunities since then, 2007, 2009, 2018. Yeah, they made it to the medal round, won state 2009, finished second in 2007, and last year, of course, they finished third. Carter Harrington leading it off for Collinsville. And ball forward. And a leadoff walk. Here's Chris Elkhorn. First game of the season, and everybody kind of getting the feel of things. We're here in the Grizzlies Stadium. Grizzlies Ballpark. I'm sorry, not stadium, ballpark. And it's in Sauget, Illinois. Metro East St. Louis. Southeast of downtown St. Louis. Elkhorn bats. Adam Bovanet on deck. So to first. Sloppy tag attempt. Jake Bentavanga on the plate. Justin Wood on the mound. And strike three. Caught him on the inside corner. Belt high. Maybe even a letter high. Here's Adam Bovanet, first baseman for Collinsville. Collinsville about half the size of New Trier. The number of students. Fouled off. At least that's what they told me. Collinsville was also for many years home to the world's largest ketchup bottle. It had a ketchup factory on the south side of town. And the water tower for the place had a huge ketchup bottle up there. Ground ball, high bounder on the turf, and an infield single. So 2 on with 1 out. And Ethan Bagwell the batter. Bagwell is the big gun for Collinsville. They say he's got a 90-plus fastball. And he pitched yesterday in real time. This is the Trevians' first game of the season. He's a senior, signed, sealed, and will be delivered to the University of Missouri. That's where Matt Loddick is now coaching there. Foul ball. Deep down the line. Runners with their lead. And a high bounder, a foul ball. Hit him in the batter's box. Neutrer has a connection to the, couple of connections to the St. Louis Cardinals. One of the members of the broadcast team is a former pitcher with Neutrer. Gave up playing baseball to work at WNTH. And he's now the Raby, Chris Raby. And Charlie Tilson was drafted by the St. Louis Cardinals in 2011, second-round draft pick. Played in the Cardinals organization and then was traded to the White Sox. Now the pitch. And another long fly ball, but foul. Down in the corner, out in the street, really in the pool. Join us on the network all season long. We'll be here for baseball. The early line on prognostication, but I don't really do anything more than report it. I don't believe necessarily in a little pop-up, and Nigro has it for the out. I don't believe in prognostications per se, but I mean, Neutrer is one of the teams that might be in the running for state championship in 4A. But that's an early line. You play the games, you know. And, you haven't seen anybody else play yet. And you're making predictions. I mean, yes, you see things like they've got a good pitching staff. They've got some sense of what it takes to get down there because most of these players were on the team last year. That sort of thing that and this year's kind of a special year for Neutrer, so they're a little more keyed up for the idea of accomplishment than they have been in the last couple of years. What with it being Coach Napoleon's last year, and they want to get him the 1,000th game of his career. I mean, he's already the all-time winningest high school coach in Illinois history. Swing and a miss, straight. And swing and a miss, straight. This is Bryce Lemp batting for Collinsville. And fouled away, no score, top of the first. And scooped that fly ball, right fielder drifting over. Reaches up and takes it for the out. And we're done with the top half of the first inning. No runs, a hit, 2 left. Go to the bottom half for the first inning. And Ben Toft, Aiden Nolan, and Trey Myers do up for the Trevians. With Declan Spinner now in the hole. And a ball. Looked like it might have been a little inside. Hard to tell because of the angle. You know, usually we're a little closer to being behind the plate. Count evens up at 1-1. Strike 2. Got the inner corner. 1-2. And strike 3. Caught him looking on the inside corner. And Aiden Nolan, the batter. Aiden just coming off the state hockey championship for Illinois. Neutral, again the state champion. 6-1 over York. Swinging a bit straight. And hammered foul. It looked like it was hammered foul. Left the bat in a hurry. Didn't go very far, though. And strike 3. So, 2 down. And Trey Myers, the batter. Big 6'6" first baseman. Takes a pitch inside the ball. Ball 2. Declan Spinner on deck. And a ball. And ball 4. So Myers draws the walk. And Spinner, the batter. And pitch a low ball. Ball 1. Strike. Knee high, outer half. And in the dirt a ball. Hot shot foul. Outside of third. First, rather. The Grizzlies in the same league, the Frontier League, with the Chicago Dogs. I think now the Kane County Cougars are in that league. You know, now that the Major League Baseball has changed everything up, the lower minors they've jet streamed, as it were, the minor leagues. Foul ball. As Spinner continues to bat. Again, the throw to first, and again, the runner back. Actually, this is as Myers steals second. But it's an easy drive from the North Shore here because it's just Interstate 55. A little more than a 4-hour drive. Fly ball, center fielder has it for the out. And they're getting over it. And at the end of the first, no score. And leading it off is Blaine Martinez. There's a racetrack in Collinsville. Fairmount Park is there. Just west of the town. And Martinez with fly ball. Down the line and caught it relatively deep out there in right field. One up, one down. Here's Carson Perrell. And he has a little pop-up. Nigro in a little bit. Takes it for the out. 2 down. And Jace Madura. So Madura bats. And strike one. And strike 2. A little outside a ball. And strike three, and we're done with the top of the first. 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody to left. 5 in a row, retired by Justin Wood. Go to the bottom half of the frame, and Max Miller will lead it off. Miller, Novakovic, and Pentavanga. I guess there's some discussion or something going on out in this center field. Okay, now we're ready. And Max Miller, the designated hitter for the Trevians today, leading it on. And the ball, that's low, ball one. And strike on the outside corner at the letters. What a win. And the lefty delivers. There's a strike. 1 and 2. Yeah, ball. And up high. And ball 4. So Miller draws a walk to lead off the bottom of the second, and Jason Novakovic, the batter. Throw to first, runner back. Again to throw to first. Again the runner back. And the ball low. The look over, and enough that the little cat and mouse game, and everybody kind of steps away. And strike. One of the things we're going to have to see as the season progresses here for the neutral end of things is the new field and the turf infield and the grass outfield and different dimensions, et cetera, et cetera. So, swing and a miss, strike. Those types of things are going to create an adjustment. I mean, I'm not saying it's a problem. It's just the basic adjustment that you have to make. The mound's different. Those sorts of issues. Strike 3, Novakovic out. And Jake Bentavanga, the batter. And pitch high ball. And low and outside the ball. Yeah, straight. Bentovenga. Up high and it got away. And Miller over to second. And ball four. So 2 walks. Have 2 on with 1 out. And Caden Carpenter, the batter. Temperature-wise, the temperature's dropping now that the sun's gone down. We're into probably the 50s now. Swinging a bit straight. And fortunately, we had a pretty good wind blowing out earlier in the day here. But as the evening has progressed, it has died. Here's a sacrifice bunt, and that's going to move the runners along. Runners at second and third. With 2 out, and Sam Nigro, the batter. So 2 in scoring position with 2 out. Sam Nigro batting. Takes a strike on the outside corner. And low and inside, a ball. And Nigro gets a pitch, a fly ball, center field. Center fielder drifts over a little bit, takes it for the out, and we're done with the second inning. At the end of 2, no score. And Collinsville and New Trier. And we move on to the third. And we move along. Top of the third inning. And Darren Pennell leading it off. New pitcher on the mound in Henry Conniff. There's strike. So Justin Wood, 2 innings. I'm expecting all the pitchers today to be, 2-3 innings. It's about all. Low and outside the ball. Carter Harrington on deck. 9-1-2 in the Kahoks lineup. Collinsville, both Collinsville and New Trier have unique mascots. I was doing a little research, and, everyone in the days of the East-West, and everyone wanted to keep the Indians and whatever from East. And I was doing some research on basketball records, and I noticed that they were calling them Trevians all during the 50s and 60s. The Indians, yeah, but they also quite frequently called them the Trevians in the 50s. And, when as an unofficial nickname, so it wasn't pulled out of the hat that appease everybody sort of thing. It had been there all along. High and tight a ball. Close enough. I think I might have even hit him, but anyway, ball 4. And Pennell aboard. Carter Harrington. And the ball 1. Let's see. And like last year, I stolen base here for Pennell. I was just checking, and last year, out of the 25 players on the roster, New Trier had 9 players, only 9 that were under 6 foot. And I just counted, and this year it's the same thing. 9 players under 6 foot out of the 25. The tallest being Trey Myers and Justin Wood. There's a sacrifice attempt, and it turns out to be a bunt single. A beautifully laid bunt. Trey Myers and Justin Wood are the tallest at 6'6". And line shot, base hit. That's going to score a run as Chris Elkhorn delivers. And it is 1-0 Collinsville here in the top of the 3rd. Here's Adam above the net. And courtesy runner, Cameron Krause. There's a strike. You're watching baseball on the Metro Chicago Sports Network. Glad to have you, wherever you may be on our network line. Ground ball, right to Nigro. Steps on the bag out. Throw down in time. Scored as the fielder's choice. And runners at first and second. Ethan Bagwell, the batter. sends a ground ball. Second baseman up throwing. Takes the play at first. And the runners advance. The runners at second and third with 2 out. And Bryce Lunt, the batter. Trevians have the top of the batting order due up in the bottom half of the third inning. Inside a ball. So we're going to be a strike. And out to have a little discussion out on the mound. Fouled up. A lot of the teams are, I was talking to the Collinsville coach, and they've got the same problem as a lot of teams up on the North Shore, and having trouble finding catchers. That's something New Trier doesn't have. We've got 3 right now, and we got a bunch still in the system coming up. And strike 3, and that takes care of that. We go to the bottom of the third, and that's 1-0 Collinsville now. And Ben Toft leads it off. It'll be Toft, Aiden Nolan, and Trey Myers. New Trier season opener here on the network. Glad to have you, wherever you may be on the line. Ben Toft. You like our broadcast, don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube. Yeah, it's a ball 1. To Toft. High and tight a ball. On the pitch and fall back. Count evens up at deuces, I believe. And down low ball. Collinsville used to be a great basketball team program at Collinsville High School. You strike on the inside corner, so I was off on the count. But and count holds. I remember the comment I made to one of the college coaches, we were talking, and they asked, well, how fast does certain pitcher throw? And my comment to him was, how fast do you want Tommy John surgery? And it was just a big article in the Associated Press, precisely the same thing, that Tommy John surgery, and an error, and everybody's safe. So 2 on, and Trey Myers is the batter. That more and more parents are, the idea that velocity before the arm is really ready in high school, that 14, 15-year-old kids are all got away. I'm not sure why he shouldn't have done that. He stutter stepped a little bit. I'm not giving him a stolen base on that because the ball did get away. And he wasn't obviously running. And that is to say, he wasn't trying to steal the base. He was just trying to take advantage of the pass ball. Now the ball does get away, and this time the runner at first finally moves over to second. And, it doesn't matter. Yeah, Myers got hit, actually, with that pitch down on the foot. So the bases are loaded, and a little discussion from the Collinsville coach on why they didn't call it right away. So a walk, an error, and a hit batter, and 3 on, and Spinner the batter. Declan Spinner takes the ball. And the ball bounces away, and 55-footer brings home a run, and we're tied at 1. And I think that's a case of the coach wanting to settle him down, hit a batter, and then threw a 55-footer. They ended up changing pitchers. And high, a ball. Nolan on third. Myers on second for the Trevians. Tie ball game. Nobody out. They look in. And the pitch. Ball 4. And the bases are reloaded. Or loaded. No, I guess they are reloaded. Back to Miller. And Max takes a strike, strike one. That was one of the knocks on high school on one of the knocks on the Trevians last year, even though they finished third in state, was they did have problems getting runners home. And strike three. Here's Novakovic. He struck out last time up. Ground ball. Second baseman will throw it to first. Got the runner, but meanwhile the Trevians take the lead. And Jake Benavenga. And he sends a fly ball down the line deep, but foul. Headed for the corner down there. Myers at third. Spinner at second. Benavenga the batter. And off the end of the bat, a little foul tip, little foul. A little dribbler, really. Hope you enjoy what we do. Try and have a little fun. Get a chance to see a little baseball. Ground ball. High bounder over the mound, and they aren't going to get him. Little infield single. And that brings home Myers with the third run of the inning, and the Trevians lead at 3-1 here. Here's Caden Carpenter. Eighth man to bat in the inning. Runners at the corners. Trevians leading 3-1. They're only in the third inning. I've had baseball games of the whole game. All 7 innings have gone as fast as what we're doing now, where we are now. We're only in the third. And like I said, it's part of being early in the season. Usually, games like this happen when you got the wind coming in off the lake and temperatures hovering below 40. Stolen base. And Perchik didn't know what happened. I didn't call that a stolen base. Pitch is low and away, a ball. So 2 in scoring position now with 2 out. as Caden Carpenter continues to bat. And ball. And strike at the outside corner. And ground ball, third baseman on the high bounder. Over to first in time. And the inning over, but the Trevians score 3, lead it 3-1 as we go to the fourth. And we're going to do this first batter a little differently with the camera here. Blaine Martinez leads it off to face Henry Coniff. Here's a ball one. We're here in Sauget, Illinois. Metro East, southeast of downtown St. Louis. You can see the Gateway Arch from here. Of course, it's sort of like, in some ways, the same as New Trier. You can see Sears Tower from a Willis Tower. None of the buildings, their original names are there. The big three, the original big three. Is be Sears Tower, Hancock, and Standard Oil. And now it's Willis, 875, and Aeon. So we're going to be a straight. And strike 3. Got him. Carson Perrell bats. Little piece of it. Strike. One up, one down. Perrell batting. Madura on deck for Collinsville. Swing and a miss. Strike. Coniff still on the mound for the Trevians. Entering his second inning. And strike 3. As Jace Madura. So we're going to be straight. Sam Nigro will lead off the bottom half of the fourth. He was the only batter that didn't bat last inning. So we're going to be in a straight. And outside a ball. And high and tight a ball. Low and outside a ball. Trevian outfield kind of bunching towards the middle, giving up the foul line. Yeah, actually kind of shifting towards right field a little bit. Certainly giving up that left field foul line. Look where that left fielder's playing out there. And strike three. Struck out the side. 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We go to the bottom half of the fourth. And Sam Negro will lead it off. Negro, Ben Toft, and Aiden Nolan do up. Trevians 3 runs, 1 hit. And Collinsville 1 run on 3. 1 error for Collinsville. And 55-footer, still outside too. And outside a ball. And blowing outside a ball. Strike on the outside corner. Negro thought he got a walk out of that. There was a couple of years where they had the rule that you tried to show up the umpire like that, you were out. Line shot, that's a base hit to right field. Single for Nigro to lead off the inning. It's been tough. The look in. And inside out it a little bit. Foul ball. Go to first. Running back. Again the throw to first, and again the runner back. There goes the runner. There goes the throw. Whoops. Took his hand off the base and got tagged out. Well, the question is, he scored that as a stolen base and then an out, or simply he's out attempting to steal. Just a semantics argument, but it's, what do you call it? Give him credit for a stolen base and then a whoopsie or afterwards, or that's all part of the play of trying to steal the base. Foul ball. And ball. And inside the ball. Aiden Nolan on deck. And bounces in for a ball. And fouled away. I don't know why, but my mind was thinking back to heckling and various games where the players were heckling the neutral, the other team was heckling the neutral players. And ball 4. and how the neutral players responded. Thinking back the Lockport game. Two Lockport games, actually. One in, I want to say, 98 or 99. And the Lockport people were getting on Lonick. And Lonick responded. And then there was one 2009. They got on Charlie Tilson, and Tilson hit one of his 4 home runs he hit. And it was a home run that traveled a good 400 plus feet. I mean, it was a blast. So Toft aboard at first. Nolan bats. I think the Lonick game, I think, was the game where it took so long they had to call a potty break for the umpire and Lonick. They had to run out to the porta potties out in left field at Lockport. I mean, these are the things that are in my head that all of a sudden they'll pop out here. It's a base hit. Single to right. And over to third goes Toft. And on the throw to third, Nolan goes over to second. Here's Trey Myers. There's strike one. That ball had a little movement to it. Infield pulled in, looking for a play to the plate. Swinging a bit straight. Detlin Spinner on deck. Swinging a bad strike. He got strike 3. And all 3 of them were at sinker curve. Here's Spinner. Yeah, straight. Spinner didn't like that call, but umpires are always right. High and outside a ball. Trevians lead 3-1. Bottom of the 4th inning. And a lengthy ball game today. Inside the ball. And low it outside the ball. And ball 4. And the bases are loaded. Here's Max Miller. That's a low ball. And low and away a ball. Time called. Little discussion on the mound. Time. Having trouble finding the plate and try to settle them down a little bit. Perhaps seeing something in the mechanics that's going on. Go to first. Runner back. Low a ball. Well, no place to put him. Max Miller batting. And ball 4. And walks in a run. And here's James Novakovic. So Novakovic bats. Shortstop for the Trevs. There's strike. And pitch high a ball. A little bit of a snow cone there by the catcher. You don't want to let it get behind you with a runner at third. And fouled away. Baseball action. Season opener on the network. We're 2024. And fouled away. And the delivery. That's high ball. And time called. A whoopsie swing. Fouled it off. Stays alive. Line shot, that's a base hit to right. That's going to score two. And on the errant throw, the error, Novakovic over to second. And first pitch to Bentavenga. Blowing outside the ball. Uh-oh. There goes my voice again. Pitch is high a ball. And lowing away a ball. In there for strike. And ball four. And the bases are reloaded. And Zach Perchik again on as the courtesy runner for the catcher. And Evan Olesker Batting for Caden Carpenter here. Trevians leading now. 4-1. Or something like that. Fouled away. No, it's more than that. Six to 1. And that's going to drop in for the base hit. And 2 more runs home. And it is now 8-1 in favor of the Trevians. And Sam Nigro bats for the second time in the inning. Here's straight. And fly ball. Right at the center fielder for the out. But the Trevians do a lot of damage. 5 runs on 4 hits. There was an error in there. And 2 left. We go to the 5th inning. And Darren Pennell leading it off. Yeah, strike 1. Henry Conniff still on the mound for the Trevians. On a relief of Justin Wood. And the ball. Then a little outside. Swing and a miss. Strike. Top of the 5th inning. Low and outside the ball. We're here in St. Louis area. And he got hit by the pitch. Grazed, though it was. And back to the top of the batting order. Carter Harrison, the batter. Got a little piece of it. Strike. Harrington been on base both times. I think I said Carter Harrison. I knew I was going to do that once. Carter Harrison was a famous mayor of Chicago many years ago. But Harrington been on base 2 times. A little pop-up foul. I'm reminded of those on those seats down the line there of Major League ballparks that were famous for, if you sat in right field like that, you don't see the right fielder, which is just as well, because if you sat in left field, you didn't see the left fielder. Old Busch Stadium, the old multi-purpose version of Busch Stadium in St. Louis was like that. In the lower levels, if you sat in right field, you didn't see the right fielder. I remember going to a game there with my roommate from Collinsville. Little pop-up and taken for the out. That's C.J. Donnelly now playing first base. Go to first. Runner back. And strike on the inside corner. And another strike. Chris Elkhorn, the batter. And fouled away. Ran out of baseballs a little bit. And we'll do a couple more guys from this angle. And a ground ball. 2 for the base hit, single. And here's Anna above the net. So runners at first and second. There is a strike. And straight. And a little soft liner, and that's going to drop in for the base hit. And the bases are loaded. And here's Ethan Bagwell. So Bagwell bats with the bases loaded. One out. And strike one. And a ball. And strike. And swing and a miss. Strike three. Oh, big strikeout. 2 down. Bryce lumped the batter. And ball one. And straight. I'm surprised they're letting Conniff pitch as long as he has here, considering it's the first game of the season. Foul ball. Foul ball back. Yeah, temperatures dropped a little bit. Down maybe upper 40s. It's a ball. Not terrible. I've had worse. Scooped in and fouled away. Inside out at it, too. And fouled away. Count holds. Collinsville plays in the Southwest Conference. Fly ball. And nice job by Olesker, I guess that was, running out there and taking it for the out. And the inning. Go to the bottom half of the fifth. Top of the batting order due up. Ben Toft leads it off. I'll see, that's where I've got a real problem. IHSA rules, no drinking at ball games. And there's Collinsville parents. We're sitting there drinking during the game. Drinking beer, but drinking. Not allowed to do that. More drink. One up, one down. Here's Ben Nolan. There's a time and place for everything. And youth sports events are no place for drinking. Period. I'm not a monk. I mean, I'm not saying don't drink. I like my beer too, you know. But not at games. Low and outside of ball. I'm saying that as an adult drinking. Ball four. A Nolan draws a what? And here's C.J. Donnelly. So Nolan aboard at first. Donnelly batting. And the ball gets weight. And Nolan was off on the pitch anyway, stolen base. Time called. Ball got away from the bullpen down the third base side. On the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike three. And Declan Spinner, the batter. Nolan with his leadoff second. The pitch. High and outside a ball. Wow, are we slow moving today? There's a strike. Line shot, that's a base hit. Single, here comes a runner home. Here comes the throw, they got him. Yeah, that's 3 outs. So at the end of 5, it's 8-1 in favor of the Trevians. Move to the top of the sixth inning. And strike one to Blaine Martinez. New pitcher on the mound for the Trevians, Pedro Hernandez. Now on the mound. And ground ball. Nigro across to Donnelly for the out. One up, one down. Carson Pearl, the batter. And a ball. Up high, a ball. And outside a ball. Now, lots of times when I hear people talk to me about players and how they're a great player, whatever, or going to be a great player, lots of times I hear that and I think of the fact that I see the fact that they've been playing sophomore baseball. And anyway, Pearl hits a ball and past the left fielder out there, and that'll be a double to lead off. Put runner at second. And pinch runner out there. Keaton Call. Oh, no. Keaton Call's at bat. Luke Robinson's the pinch runner. But, what you are as a sophomore is not what you are as a junior. And you might be a good player, but each player's had a guy take off for third and fall down before they got to the base. But it's much like when people talk to me about getting noticed in post high school. It's promise. You see something there to work with, but you still have to prove yourself. And by that, you still have to work and do the job. And line shot. That's a fair ball down the line. And again, going to the fence. And a double, and that brings home a run. As Keaton Hall doubles. And Darren Pennell, the batter. Low and away, a ball. Hernandez gets the sign and into the windup. And the pitch. And that gets away, and the runners will move on up. The runner will move on up. And ground ball, high bounder, and it's going to be a base hit. A turf single brings home another run. That's 2 here in the inning. And Carter Harrington, the batter. Strike. And Collinsville has cut into the lead a little bit here. Go to first. Runner back. And a fly ball. Back it goes. Back and out of here. Home run for Harrington. A 2-run blast. And now it's 8-5. Chris Elkhorn, the batter. And a strike. And a lot of people don't understand regular season in high school in Illinois, which is basically regular season games or quizzes. They're just a learning process. Doesn't matter really in a sense whether you win or lose, because you still make the playoffs. And, you know, you could have bad season in the regular season and come alive in the playoffs and do quite well. I remember St. Patrick team, 2006. They came into the playoffs under 500 and made it to the Elite Eight. It might have even made it to the Final Four that year. But they were below 500. Take a look at the New Jersey basketball team this year. They came in 4th in the sectional, won the sectional, and ended up finishing 3rd in the state. You know, they played 500 basketball in the month of January. I'm going to have a little discussion on the mound. No, we're going to have a pitching change. Whoops, they put the music on and forgot to turn it off. So I don't know what. what's going on here. They just forgot to turn off the music. Justin Roush. Yeah. There we go. Justin Roush on the mound. Junior. Line shot. Knocked down. And that's all they're going to get. Error. Tough chance error, but an error. And Adam Bovanet's aboard. So 2 on, 1 out. And Ethan Bagwell. And fly ball on the giddy up, but left fielder had it played pretty well. Came over and took it for the out. 2 down. And Bryce Lump, the batter. Low and away, a ball. And up high, a ball. Swing and a miss, straight. Rouse a quick worker. Fouled on. And fly ball. Right fielder over in the gap. Takes it for the out. And we go to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Mason Bloom going to bat for Max Miller here. High and outside the ball. Ball 1. And outside the ball. And inside the ball. And ball 4. And Mason Bloom draws the walk. Here's Novakovic. Up high a ball. Ball 2 got away. And Bloom over to second. I'm called to make a sign change, I assume. A little bit of settling down the pitcher, maybe. This game moving on to its third hour here. In real time, it's just, I know it's the first game of the season, but it is a little slow here. And strike. Yeah, high a ball. Yeah, straight. And ball 4. So first two batters here in the bottom of the 6th get aboard via the walk. And here's Jake Bentavenga showing bunt and going to do the job of advancing the runners on the sacrifice. Here's Evan Lisker, which is high ball. Yeah, straight. Swing and a miss, straight. This is kind of a showcase tournament. Vescuda and Morris played in the game before us. And Edwardsville played Brother Rice, I think, earlier today. I know those were the three, but I think there were others here. But yeah, there had to be. O'Fallon played here, and I forget who else. And a pitch high ball. Held up, but doesn't matter. Strike 3. Don't think he actually held up completely. I think he may have gone. So here's Sam Nigro. And Nigro fouls it off. And high and outside a ball. Another one falling back. There have been 5 times that the baseball team for New Trier has finished in the medal round. And all 5 times have been under Coach Napoleon. One shot down the line, foul. And, of course, there's been 2 state championships that the 2000 and 2009. That 99-2000 group went 15 of 16 in the playoffs the 2 years. Won 7 of 8 in 99, and then 8 of 8 in 2000. Off the foot, that's going to be a base hit, infield single. And that brings home a run. Makes the score 9-5. Bent off the batter. Low and inside a ball. Heads up high, a ball. Since 1950, from 1950 to the present, there have only been 4 baseball coaches, which is phenomenal. Tyke Leitner was the first one. Ron Klein. That is for New Trier East. New Trier East. Ball 4 on Toft. New Trier East. West doesn't count in that because it was a separate school they hired for the time that the school was open, etc. But on the East Campus, there have only been 4 coaches. And it was Leitner, Ron Klein, Chris Beacom for 2 years, and Coach Napoleon. Now we missed something, but Aiden Nolan struck out to end the inning. 1 run on 1 hit. And they got 3 walks in that inning. It's been kind of the story of the game here. Trevians had 13 men walked in the inning, in the game. Also says something about leaving men on base, too. We'll get to that. We go to the top of the 7th inning, and Blaine Martinez will lead it off. So Martinez bats. And strike. Strike 2. And strike 3. One away. Here's Amari Berry batting here with 1 out. .55-footer ball. I remember first game of the season, Charlie Tilson year. I was just thinking about it. All of a sudden that popped in my head. We were playing in Marion, Illinois, the minor league ballpark there. And Tilson, he pitched that game. He was a center fielder, but he pitched that game. He had 29 of 30 major league scout out there watching him. He pitched a no-hitter and stole 5 bases, 6 bases, 4 bases, 5 bases. I mean, got on base every time, stole. And the people down in Marion were all upset. Strike 3. That's 2 strikeouts here, and here's Keaton call. Strike. Another new pitcher for New Trier. Jack Flood on to finish it off. Strike 3 in the ball game. All over. The Trevians win it 9-5. Okay, we'll let them ham it up here. This is what we usually let them do at the end of the game. All right, guys, have your fun. Yeah. The first one of the season. Okay, yeah. All right, guys. Final word on this ball game for the New Trier Trevians. 9 runs, 7 hits, 1 error. They were struck out 7 times, walked 13, had 11 left on base, and 3 stolen bases. For the Collinsville Kahoks, 5 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors. They were struck out 10 times. They were walked only twice. 9 left on base, and 1 stolen base. This is Mark Brunn. Hope you enjoy this broadcast. And we say, as always,